Buddy the dog, what are you doing, my friend? Oh, you're waking up? Yeah, okay, you're waking up. Well, if you're armed with stupidity, you can accomplish anything. Ben Franklin probably said that. But at any rate, I got something off the auction time again. So we need to go to the equipment jockey and get it. And we will need the Super Cheap Super Duty. Also, I called them and said, hey, are the tires good enough to pull it home? And they called back and said, how far are you going? And I told them, and they said, probably not. They'll probably blow before you get there. And I said, excellent, so they'll be fine. So we're going to probably take some tools. Unfortunately, I do not have a rim or a spare tire that fits this, so we'll probably have to stop at the old tractor store on the way there and just see if they got one of those wheels and tire assembly things, and I'll just buy one and have it with us, because if it would blow, as long as I have 2 out of 4 tires, I think I should be okay. But if I lose more than that, we might have a problem. So I'm gonna gather some tools and load up, and then we'll head out right after this. All right, welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man. There's 2 kinds of folks in the world. The kinds who are prepared, and the kind like me that goes to town to sell the cow and comes back with the magic beans. But anyway, I gotta find a battery for this that's probably not gonna be charged up because I'm not prepared. And we're gonna take it just for emergencies, which will probably be an almost certainty. So yeah, still waiting on knobs for that. Be nice to turn that into some cash. All right, this battery has 3 lines. I don't know if it lit up. There we go. And I got another one here that's got 2. So hopefully that'll be fine. I wonder if we should take the good handyman jack. And by good, I mean it's pretty well good at knocking my teeth out every time it hits me in the face. But sure. What you're gonna wanna do is never unload your pickup for any reason. Then you've got everything you might always need or ever had. All right, let's go make poor life choices. Sure, we've got plenty fuel, so that's nice. If only we had the intelligence at the level that our fuel tank is at, you know, then we would be in much better shape in life. But sure, we'll get there. So I suppose our first stop will be, we can kind of cut through the back way without having to go through town, but I do need to go to the tractor store, and I'm gonna grab that tire. And you're gonna say, dum-dum, why are you buying a tire for a 1-day use? No, the thing's got 3 out of 4 rims that match, and the other one doesn't. So that's gonna bother my brain anyway. So I might as well just buy another one. So I got 4 that match and use the odd one as a spare. You know, providing that we get this home without a fire explosion and my death, you know. If that happens, then it's really not my problem, and somebody might get a free spare when it flies out of the bed during the accident. So anyway, I'll bring you back when we get to town, and we'll see if the store's got what I need. So yeah, man, I should have had my camera rolling. You should have seen that goober that just passed me in the other lane. It was none other than the Oliver 770 farm boy coming back from town. I don't know what he would have been doing at this time of the morning, unless they were at the hospital or something for his new babies. He had a pair of twins, and I'd say between not sleeping and having to go to the doctor all the time, they're probably awake almost 24 hours a day. So anyway, we'll catch up with him one of these days. I hadn't seen him for a long time, and he called the other day and we talked about some stuff. So anyway, pretty soon hopefully he'll be coming over and we'll get that combine fixed of his, and then hopefully get rid of that corn I've still got standing. It's only 50 rows, but it is sure hard to look at all the time, every time you go by and see it standing out there in the new year. So, oh well, life happens sometimes, and this year was one of those. So, back on our way here. Sure. Well, in anticipation of this, I checked here the other day and it appeared they had what I needed. So hopefully they didn't sell it between now and then, because that'll probably ruin our plan pretty good. Also, is it just this one, or is it every Tractor Supply parking lot that seems to be laid out very strangely? Like the lines are the opposite way of what you would want them to be, like to pull in. I don't know. Maybe that's just here. Let's go make some poor choices. Automotive. Sure. Tires and wheels. I'm gonna double check to make sure how many this has, but I'm pretty sure it has 6. Alright, we're going to start with one, and if we blow one on the way home, I guess we'll come back and buy another one. But I don't know what the deal is. Different tread pattern, 10 ply. Alright, only $229 down. One of my cheaper trips, you know. But luckily, you guys will pay for it. Gotta save that for the YouTube receipt pile, right? Maybe the farm use pile. I don't know. We'll worry about that next year on the taxes. Oh, somebody's building a fort. Something. Oh, that's nice. I bet they're getting trees in. I bet that's what it is. Well, we're on our way, so I'll bring you back whenever we get there or something terrible happens. Almost there. Almost there. Probably should close the window so we can talk, you know? Not that there's anything interesting to say, but it's better than just sitting there silent, I guess. Don't know, I didn't really see it over there. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. We'll figure that out later. Alright, let's go out and find this treasure. Hopefully there's nothing sitting in front of it, or I'll have to get some help. Hopefully there's enough air in the tires to at least pull it up here and get more air in the tires, if that's a problem. Where are you? Where are you, trailer? I think they were putting, like, when they expanded this lot, I thought they were putting auction time stuff more over that direction. So oh, there it is. I see the tail end of it. Tail end of it. I guess if I didn't pay, they would take the track hoe and smash it up into pieces. And that might be where it really should go anyway. I don't know. I'm almost positive I will have to change the hitch, because I think the hitch that's in it right now is 2 5/16. And I would guess that that's a 2-inch ball. But we will see. 2-inch, look at that. Cast right into the deal right there. We got expert wiring, so that's good. What else have we got? Well, a little bit of sadness, but not too much. Oh, these tires are beautiful. Why did they say they wouldn't get me home? I mean, I know it's not got any chrome on it, and chrome gets you home, but good grief. I've pulled a lot worse tires than this. Oh, it's gonna get there. I'm not even gonna buy new ones, man. Their opinion of good tires are much different than mine. Okay. In the collection of everything, where's my 2-inch ball? Stockyard is only 4 miles from my house, basically, give or take. So these tires are going to last me a long time. 2-inch, pretty well in line. Oh, all right. For legal reasons, the lights were working when I left the parking lot, so we'll be sure to say that. My tire situation, I think it's okay. I don't know. They look fine. Probably find out later this thing was rolled down the side of a mountain, hit every tree on the way down, and they pounded the dents out and then put it on auction time. But so far, we're doing fine. But we haven't got out of the parking lot yet, so a lot of things could change. Sure. If I had, well, I'm not going to say that for legal reasons, but I thought about going right to the license branch and trying to sort this out, because I don't have a title. So I'm going to have to do whatever trick you got to do to get a title. But I'm thinking it would be better for me to just take this home and park it. More about that later, since we allegedly may or may not have working lights, which worked when we left, and I don't know what kind of shape they're in now, but they worked when we left. Friends, remember, they worked when we left. They worked when we left. Keep saying that, and don't forget. I hear a little jingling, but that should just be the keys. The chains, I mean, not keys. I'm thinking about the keys to the cell door that are going to jingle when they slam the door shut on me for this purchase. But it actually pulls pretty good. I know they said go slow and the tires were bad, but we're going to go fast and not worry about what kind of shape the tire's in. You know what you do to make sure you don't have to worry about it? Roll the window up. Turn the radio on. Now, so there we go. Tires are fixed. Wow, we made the first turn onto a different road, and looks like there's still 4 rubbers back there, so that's handy, you know. We still have a long way though. We could fail, you know. We might get home and only have an end of chain left, which is fine, I guess. Can always use chain. Sure. But we're rolling. I'm gonna call those girls back and tell them their idea of wore out tires is much different than mine, because this is a dream. I mean, I say that and now it'll probably self-destruct and we'll flip over and end up in a subdivision here, but so far I'm seeing good things out of those tires. Man, I don't like it when people follow me so close, because then they can get a good look and see that there's no plate or, you know, lights allegedly. So stay back, people. Don't look too close. Just kind of look out the side window. Don't worry about what I'm doing up here. Don't phone a friend who's a state trooper. We don't need that. Let's all mind our own business. We need more of that. So, sure, good. They turned off. I should be able, when I get up here a little ways, there won't be any traffic behind me at all normally, because who else would go that way? So, but I'm sure that as soon as I go that way, there'll be a multiple string event where tons of cars want to follow me, and yeah, whatever. But I have to say, we're at least halfway home, and it's handling beautifully. I mean, I even took that last corner pretty aggressively, and it's still there, so can't ask for much more than that. It'll be interesting to see when we do finally get it home how long before those tires go flat, because like I said, their definition of things not working might be much different than mine, you know. Also, I don't know why I keep saying you know, but I guess I'm running out of things to say, so we'll just leave it there until I either pass this truck and cause an accident, or until I get home. Whichever comes first. A big Drago. Sure. Trading that in on one we bought at the Farm Progress show, maybe? I don't know. Oh man, there's a train up ahead. Oh, maybe we just luckily hit the end of it, so we won't have to sit and wait. Well, even a deaf dumb squirrel finds an acorn once in a while, and today that is me. Sweet. Let's go. We'll turn here because we'll test the trailer. You have to go over railroad tracks where you kind of flex both ways. So let's take it through that. Let's do an endurance test. We might as well just beat the tar out of this thing before we ever load any bovines in it, because, you know, we would like to have them get there in one piece, but I guess that really doesn't matter. I mean, where they're going, they're going to come to pieces anyway, so if they get there with half of a leg, is that a big deal? We just saved a step, maybe. Probably not. Now all the animal rights and PETA people will send me hateful letters because of that. It's just a joke, Karen. Calm down. Don't take it so serious. All right, will it survive? Will it survive this railroad track? 45-degree angle, crossing a railroad track, steep embankment, and it just trails right along. What a beauty. I think I got a good buy on this one. Sometimes I don't, but I think this might have been an actual useful purchase. So it'll be interesting to see how many new friends I have now that I got another trailer. Because if you don't have friends, just buy yourself a trailer. You'll find people you didn't even know were your friends calling, wanting to, you know, borrow that trailer, good buddy there. Wouldn't mind if I used that one day or two for free, you know. And then they ruin the tires and they bring it back with crappier tires and they say, I put on a new tire there for you because that other one went flat. Well, gee, thanks, pal. So, we'll see. But we got to get her home first. I always got to look when I go by here. There's a 2255 that lives out here. That's my dream tractor right there. Cab, air conditioning, two-wheel drive, sweet looking rig. One of these days, maybe. Meanwhile, our product testing is going decent-ish. I haven't heard the sound of any frame snapping or anything, so that's a positive. This might be one of our better, well now truck, calm it down. We don't need any tire pressure low. One of these days I should probably program those new tire sensors so it wouldn't do that. Also, we need to fix the door ajar things in the back, because the one on the driver's left door is about to drive me nuts. It keeps going off all the time, and I have to turn the radio on to not hear it. So, sure. Lots of stuff for us to do, but right now, focus on the task at hand. Get home in one piece. Well, we're getting very close to home. Only made one bad driving maneuver. I did pull out on a highway a minute ago and didn't see anything coming, and yeah, there was something coming. It was far enough away, it wasn't like imminent crash, but it wasn't very courteous of me to pull out and, you know, have to be going up a hill accelerating while there's a car. You know what I'm saying. So sorry, whoever you were. I didn't mean to. Didn't see you. Let's take this route. Let's see if we can see what Cousin's doing. I mean, if we met him coming home a while ago, he should be into doing something really stupid by now. I mean, he's had like 40 minutes to really get into something terrible. Sadness Acres. There's his firewood pile. I think he's got his pickup backed in the building there. Wonder what he's doing. He's probably busy. If he was out there, we would have stopped and gave him a hard time. Maybe not though, life gives him enough of a hard time, we won't bother him. Look at it in all its glory. Looks like all the tires are a different size, but that's only a suggestion. You know, you don't have to have them all the same size. As long as they're round and they hold some air. Not even all of it, just some of it. Good enough. Come on, buddy. We only got another couple thousand feet. We'll be there. We're close enough now that we can just drag it home when it explodes. Park it next to the combine of sadness. They're the same color, so yeah. Matching failure. Well, my 365-day corn's looking pretty good. It's about ready to harvest. All right, super cheap, super duty. We're gonna stop here for a minute. We can really get a good drinking in of this rig. The jack was not the greatest. It looks like a heavy-duty jack, but I ran out of jacking. I'm gonna have to carry a block or make something I can put on there. I think I have one of those actual like trailer feet things you're supposed to bolt on the jacks to make it. I bought. It's like a trick foot that does stuff so you can, I don't know. We'll worry about that later. Got the typical rust that livestock trailers get around the front. That ain't no big deal. Been down that road to sadness on Dad's, patched that up. This sideboard is kind of iffy. It's got these go handles for your hired hands, you know. Get on there, hey, Bill, hip, up, you know. And then, oh, we lost Bobby. No, okay. Buddy the dog, what do you think? What do you think? Think I should haul you in there? You're kind of livestock, I guess, but not really. It looks to be a pretty solid rig. You know, that's what attracted me to it. I need one. I mean, I can use Dad's, but there's a lot of times when, like, yeah, it's busy or somebody's busy and we need it right then, and, you know, the thing, you know the thing. And so that's kind of what brought this on. Was there's times like in the spring I like to use it as a seed tender, you know, that way if it starts raining while I'm doing something, the seed is fine. So, but yeah, these tires, I don't know what they were thinking. The only thing that's different is 2 of the rims have round holes and this one has this kind of holes, but that matches what I just bought, so I'll have 1 of each. So I'll probably put like the 2 round hole ones on one side and the other 2 on the other side, and whatever. Somebody tried to rig her up for new lights. He kind of dropped the ball at the front of the trailer though, because he didn't do a very good job. But I mean, they said the floor was bad. It's kind of, it might be kind of iffy, but there's a trick for that, friends. It's called not caring. No, not really. What it's called is I don't know how that works. I should have looked at it before I... Oh, there we go. What I can do to get myself by a little bit is I can get a piece of plywood and lay over it if I think it's really bad, and that'll buy me some time with this floor, like maybe right in this section here. Or I could just saw up that board and replace it. Looks like they're all standard 2x6s. The front ones look really decent-ish. But the one thing I will say that I don't like about the design of this trailer, and I can feel it on it right now, I think underneath the way these trailers were built, that the boards are your main support structure. I don't think there's anything like under the middle of this. I think there are 2 braces running this way, and that's why your boards have to be this way, whereas Dad's, the boards run long ways like they do on every other trailer. That's why I'm thinking like a piece of plywood would help that situation, because it's going to tie all these together, and it would be kind of like when you know, the floor on your house. You got the decking and then everything, and that helps transfer the load and all that. So that may be something. The back here seems a lot, it all seems solid, but you can just feel in places some of the boards are like, you can feel right there, like I can weigh it down. I don't know that it'll go through. Maybe there is another brace under it. We'll look in a minute, but it's just a little different than what I'm used to. It's also a little shorter, because I know in Dad's I can stand up all the way, and in this one I hit my head on it. So, but the price was right, friends. I also hope that they can't jump over that, you know. That might need some welding and extending there. Because I mean, see how this is bent already? I suspect that maybe a bovine decided he didn't like being isolated and tried to jump on out of that, and that's what happened. But so why buy it? Well, because a brand new one is like $9,000, and I have a hard time justifying that when I can spend $1,000 and get this. And really, if I would clean it up a little and paint it, it wouldn't be a bad looking rig. I mean, it's fairly solid everywhere. There's our rim that's different. So if we put that one on the other side and then put the other 2 matching ones on this side, you'd never know that it was. Now good. These little sideboard things are, I guess that's the worst one, but a flat piece of steel will fix that, you know. We'll just figure out where we'll probably weld it. See, why did they do that? They stopped their angle iron right there. Why didn't they run it out all the way to here? Some people, when they design stuff, they just aren't thinking. The escape door is much smaller than on Dad's. Dad's is a Corn Pro. So this escape door would basically be for people only. And we would use it sometimes if you had something in there and you could just open the door and it could jump out the side. So it It would be really good for sheep, you know, or something like that. But it'll work for cattle. It's everything. It's solid. It's not garbage by any means. Can we see anything under here? If we crawl under here, there we can see the construction. It does have a brace, and it's bowed down pretty far. So we might have to, we might actually pull that all up, and maybe we can reuse some of them or whatever. But looking at that, I might want to pull that up and add in some more structure. I know from the factory they do that to save money, but I'm in the business of getting there with all my limbs on all my cattle, so sure. Yeah, the old hitch, that's fine. Jack was decent-ish. Here's where they screwed the pooch on that. That cobbled up mess, I would say, is where our problem is with our lights not working. But what will happen is, I think I will just, we never did fix that other trailer we bought from auction time. So, I don't know. I mean, what to do? I think that boards really aren't that expensive. I think one of these days we'll pull those up. I do want to sell some cattle, so I might just use Dad's for that. And then if I pull those floorboards up and decide if I want to add any metal in there, then I'll just, some of these are bound to be reusable. I mean, they're not that bad. And if I do what I'm thinking of doing, I'll have more structure that I can screw some of them into. So we'll figure it out, but really it should come apart and be fixed the proper way. And then, but I'm not saying that it's bad. I mean, you could haul something in it right now and make it just fine. I don't think anything would fall through it right now. It's just that a lot of your weight of whatever you're hauling, the boards are going to be taking way more of the stress than they would if there was more structure for them to be laying on. So that's the only thing that's got me thinking that if I'm going to do something, I might as well, you know, take it apart. It's easier to do that when you're not used to having it than later on. So that's why it might get jumped up to the head of the line, because once you get into the mode of where you are used to using it and you want to use it, why, it's harder to do without. But like the front boards, they look really good for the most part. I mean, somebody maybe replaced some of them, I don't know. There's a bad one there that, you know, could be got out. And if I just lifted it up in the air and bent that piece back up, it would probably make that more solid. So you got one right there that's holding there, and you got one about right there that's holding. You need this one in the center. But if I do that and take the floor all up, I'll probably add 2 more in and have like 5 of them running this way or whatever. And then that way your board will only be responsible for the load from like here to the wall, and from there to your next one, and there to the middle, and so on and so forth. You'll only have like, you know, 8 inches of board responsible for 2 tons of cow pushing down on it or whatever, you know. Not 2 tons, but 1 ton, 2,000 pound. Usually I don't wait till they're that big to sell them. So, but when you got multiple ones and they're pushing with 1 foot, you know, there's a lot of load on each foot. That's what I'm saying. It's like if you put all your weight on 4 pegs instead of a flat piece, spreads the load differently. That's what I'm trying to say, if that makes any sense. Wouldn't it be nice if it all looked this shiny like this? It definitely needs a cleanup and a remodel, but it's I think a good buy. I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it. I just got to make it more better, make it what I want. And it's probably going to jump up to the head of the line as far as stuff to do whenever the weather gets nice. Well, the flatbed trailer, yeah, fine, the lights work on that, that's good enough. But this would be nice to have. I got another project for it too that doesn't involve cattle, and that might end up, maybe we don't get to this right away, I don't know. If I do that other project with it, it'll be tied up for a while. Some storage maybe, you know, so I don't know. But what I'm saying is, I think I did all right, friends. I gave $1,200 for this, and then of course there was a $60 buyer's premium because hey, why not? But I've priced trailers, I've looked for trailers, I've wanted one for a good while because it'd be so much handier to have my own, and they were always in about the $2,500 to $3,000 range, and they didn't look any better than this. Some of them looked worse than this, and I never did find one that I really could be happy about. And then I saw this one the other day, and I thought I was going to get it for like $600, but at the last minute it got a little wild. But I think it'll be fine. Like I said, the stockyards is not far from my house. It's only like, I don't know, 5-6 miles maybe at the most, if you cut through the country and the water's not out. If it's not, then you got to drive like 45 minutes around. But basically, we're not getting highway miles, we're not getting interstate miles. This is going to spend its life going back and forth county road to the stockyards, and I think it'll do great for that. And we'll get the full effect here. Two auction purchases right there, hooked together, you know. I do need to switch hitches though. I see the only hitch I had with me was this drop hitch, and that's too low for this one. This trailer really needs the higher up, you know. I don't remember what I bought that hitch for something. There was something I had where it was riding too high, but I think that one will do with the standard drop hitch. I just need to find my 2-inch ball version of that. I got it around here somewhere, and it'll be fine because it's a little nose downhill. But overall, I would say this is another win in my category of junk that I've drug home. So we will call this one here, and I'll see you in the next one. After watching what you just saw, do you feel like your IQ has dropped lower than your credit score? Well, there's no reason that both of us should be miserable, so go ahead and hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. That stuff costs you nothing, and it really helps me out. Your banker may not approve, but I know mine will. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.